Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to see what is a SWOT analysis. Before moving to the main topic, we will going to discuss about what is a strategic management. How many components are there in a strategic manager? Then we will move to our main topic, that is a SWOT analysis. Then after that we will going to see how SWOT analysis are carried out within any organizations. Now we are going to see what is the strategic management. The strategic management is ongoing planning, monitoring, analysis, and assessment of all necessities an organization need to meet its goal and objective. Changes in the business environment will require organizations to constantly assess their strategies for the success. Yes, in that case, we can say strategic managements are the planning which are made by any organizations, which gives a boost to their path to their path or their planning towards the goal which toward the goals and the objectives of any organizations. These all kinds of strategies or planning are made according to the changes in the external and internal environment of any businesses. Now we are going to see what are the components of the strategic management. The first and main component of the strategic management is a goal setting. The American entrepreneur and the life coach Tony Robinson says the setting a goal is a first steps in a turning invisible to visible. Yes, while we are thinking about the component of the strategic management, in that all components, the goal setting is the most important component, because during that phase we are creating our importance in a business, in a market. How well said. Unless the organization knows what it wants to achieve, there is no point in the planning ahead. This component is all about setting a short term as well as long term goal. These goals should be smart, specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely. Yes, this is a main phase I said earlier, because during this phase we are setting our target, or any organizations is setting their targets. Their target may be specific, measurable, attainable. These are the main things which we should consider while setting our goals. The another component of these strategy managements are gathering information. Yes, we have set our goal at the initial stage. Then the component of the any strategy management is a gathering information. The next manage gathering information. Strategic management pertain to collect information about all those internal and external factors that could influence and the implementations that could influence and implementations and has the achievement of the goal. Yes, in that component, or in that or we can say these are the in spite of saying component, we can say these are the stages which are associated with the strategy management. First was a goal setting, second one is gathering information. During that stage we can see we are analyzing, or we are gathering information which are the factor will going to affect on the goal of any organizations or the businesses. The third one is strategy formulations. Now we had goals, we have setted goal, as well as we had collect the informations about our goals. Now strategy formulation is the third stage in any strategy management. Once the goal and resources are in place, now it is time to formulate a strategy. It determines what action need to be taken accomplish the goals. This is the most elaborate component of the strategic management, because how will the strategy is formulated will ensure the success of it. It will also involve the allocations of resources at each phase of the implementations. This is a third component of the strategy, the strategy formulations. Strategy in the strategy formulations, we came to know where to use our resources and how to make a better use of our resources. The next one is a strategy implementation, goal setting, gathering information, strategy formulation. These are the first primary stages of the strategy management. Now the fourth stage is the strategy implementations. Now we have our setted goal, we have information, we have formulated our strategy. Now this is the step where we should implement our strategies, or we should implement our planning regarding to the planning which are stated as per our goals of any organizations or businesses. The strategy is ready in the written format. The next component is execute. It is seamlessly. This is the practical and the most rigorous part of the strategic management. Whatever you have planned is converted into the actual activities and the action geared towards the delivery of the goal. This is what comes under the strategy implementation. Next one is strategy evaluations. What is the strategy evaluations and why it is necessary? We have stated everything. We have gathered information. Strategy formulation is done. Strategy implementation is also done. Then why strategy evaluation is necessary? Yes, a strategy on paper may look perfect, may be perfect and doubled, but in the implementation phase, implementation can prove otherwise. There can be a certain loopholes or deviations from the original planning, which may be rendered the strategy fatal. In the order to ensure that this doesn't happen, the implementation has to monitor and evaluate at the regular interval. If there are any issues, they should be plugged immediately. Yes, now we came to know why the strategy evolution is important. Because while we are thinking about strategy evolution, before that we should think about the strategy implementation, strategy formulations, and during the strategy formulations and strategy implementations phase, we have seen that at the time of the implementations there may be a loopholes which has to be monitored, and this is done by the strategy evolution phases. The next component of the strategy management is the most essential element of the strategic management revolves around the concept of the identity and the understanding the specific organization's goals. Setting short-term goals in an ideal way to start the any strategy. After start, there is an analyzing phase. To build an efficient strategic management model through the market research, we must conduct the data collected from within the organizations and the market, help in the formulating a productive plans, act as a foundations of the strategic management. This process allows the company to identify internal loopholes that have been affecting the operations of the firm. The analyzing phase, we have to analyze what are the loopholes which are affecting on the operations of any organizations, forming the strategy. Now this is another component or another next phase of the component strategy management, forming the strategy. Here are all the data and information collected are utilized to form a unique strategy that fulfill all the need of the any businesses or any organizations, based on It the farming strategy can be based on the manpower available. The farm has to decide the control, the asset purchase and the requirement of the professionals. Knowing the potentials of knowing the potential of any businesses, we should knowing the potential of any businesses resources become the important in a strategic management. So during this forming the strategy, we have to ensure what is the our strength and our what is our weak points are. The implement the strategy, we have already seen what is meant by the strategy implementation. Same things are done over here. Then the monitoring is also part of the analyzing. Next one is what is a SWOT analysis. The SWOT analysis, the SWOT analysis is a SWOT strength, weakness, opportunities and threats. Analysis is a threat. This is the analysis is a framework used to evaluate a company's competitive position and to develop a strategic planning. SWOT analysis assess internal and the external factor as well as the current and future potentials. Yes, the in the SWOT analysis we will come to know, or any organizations will come to, what are their strength, weaknesses, opportunities and threat in the market by which they can perform better. The next one is a SWOT analysis is a design to facilitate a realistic facts based data driven look at the strength and weaknesses of an organization, initiatives or the within its industry. The organization need to keep analysis accurate by avoiding preconceived beliefs or gray areas. Instead of focusing on the real life context, the company should use it as a guide, not a necessary as a perceptions. Yes, we have seen a strategic management, the many and we have also seen what are the components of the strategy management. In that case, we should think about the SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis is the kind of analysis which are being used in the strategic management. So there are so many analysis, so we should not be totally dependent on the SWOT analysis. We should take it as a guide, but we should not be prescribe it for anything. We can take a guide from that analysis. The next is what are the key takeaways. What are the key takeaways of the SWOT analysis? The SWOT analysis is a strategic planning technique that provides the assessment tools. Yes, it is we can say it is a kind of analysis which gives a technical technique, or it gives it provides a tools for the assessment only. We cannot take it for the practical purpose, but it there the knowledge which we have gained through a SWOT analysis can be utilized for the assessment purpose only. Identifying the core strength, weaknesses and opportunities and threat leads to the fact based analysis, fresh perceptive and the new ideas. Yes, while we are thinking about the ideas, or while we are thinking about the strength, weaknesses, opportunities and the strength of anyone or any organization, then we should come to know where we can where we have to develop ourselves, or where we have to develop our strategies or the organization strategies, where we are where any organization is lacking of, where what are the weaknesses of any organizations, and how to overcome from all those weaknesses. That has to be done by SWOT, and that will come to know by the SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis will help us to innovate new ideas. The SWOT analysis work best when the drives a group or voices within our organizations are free to provide realistic data point rather than a prescribed messaging. Yes, while we are going to think about the SWOT analysis, at that time SWOT analysis provide a real life data which gives a boost for our thinking capacities. How to do a SWOT analysis? A SWOT analysis is a technique for assessing the performance, competitions, risks, and the potential of a businesses, as well as a part of the businesses, such as a product line or a dimension, an industry, or any entity. Using internal and external data, the technique can guide business towards the strategies more likely to be a successful, and away from those in which they have independent they have been are likely to be less successful. Independent SWOT analysis, investors or competitor can also guide them on whether company, product line, or the industry might be strong, weak, and why. Yes, by having that SWOT analysis, we will come to know the we will come to know stability, or we will come to know the stability of any organization. Are they stable, or are they weak, are they strong? That all will be come to know by this SWOT analysis. In the sense, we can see the SWOT analysis is a kind of assessment which are being made to understand the capacities of any organizations and the merits and demerits of the any organizations. Now what is mean out of SWOT analysis? Now we're going to see what are the strength. The strength describe what an organization excel at and what separate it from the competitions. A strong brand, loyal customer base, a strong balance sheet, unique technology, and so on. For example, so the strength, so we have discussed what should be a strength of any organizations, what the things are making them separate from the competitions are the strong point of any organizations. The strong balance sheet also we can say the strength point of any organization. So the strengths are in the SWOT analysis. The strength of any organizations will going to play an important roles in the competitions. That's why the strength analysis, that's why in the SWOT analysis strengths are discussed. The second one is a weakness. The weakness stop an organization from performing at its optimum level. They are areas where the business needs to improve to remain in the competitive. A weak brand, higher than average turnover, high level or debt, or an independent in a required supply chains, or the lack of capitals. Yes, while just we have seen what are the strength of any organization, now we have to discuss about the weaknesses. If we think about only strength and we neglect towards the weaknesses of our businesses, then it will create a dispute, or we can say it will be unbalanced. So while we are thinking about strength, we have to think about the weaknesses of our organizations, and it will give the clear pictures about our demerits. In the sense, so we can get a better idea where we are lacking and which things are stopping us from performing at our optimum level. The next one is the opportunities. We in that case, in the case of opportunity, we should think about the what are the opportunities as per any businesses, or as per our businesses are available in the market, and we should know what are the opportunities are available and how we can grasp that opportunity, or how we can catch those opportunities as per the portfolio of our organization. So after strength, weaknesses, opportunities, these are the three main points. After that, we should come to we will reach to the threat. Threat refers to the factors that have the potential to harm an organization. Strength gives the strength gives us a boost. Weakness gives us a knowledge about which things are stopping us to perform at our optimal level, as well as opportunities gives us providing more energies to providing more energies or boost to our businesses. In that case, the threats are refers to the factor which are having a potential to harm our businesses, as well as harm our harm the goal of any organizations. So in that case, we should think about all these four factors in the SWOT analysis. So this is what the SWOT analysis taken place. Now, how what is it? There is a one table about this, which is called as a SWOT table. The four factors are considered. In the strain, what is our competitives advantages? We should create that table for any organizations, and we should divide that table into four parts: strength, weakness, threats, and opportunities. Now in the strength, we should ask that question: what is our competitive advantages? What resources do we have? What product are performing well? These are the question we should place into the strength. Then weaknesses, where we can improve. What product are underperforming? Where are we lacking resources? And the threats, what new regulations threaten operations? What do our competitions do well? What consumer trade threaten businesses? Opportunity, what technology can we use to improve our operations? Can we expand our core operations? All this can be discussed into the SWOT tables. There are two types of the SWOT analysis: internal and external SWOT analysis. Now we are going to see what is the internal SWOT analysis. What occurs within the company serves as a great source of the information for the strength and weaknesses categories of the SWOT analysis. Example of the internal factor include the financial and human resources, tangible and intangible assets, and the operational efficiencies. The potential question to the list factors are: strength, what are we doing well? What is our strongest assets? What are our detractors? What are our lowest performing products? This will be done in the internal SWOT analysis. Now what is the external SWOT analysis? The external SWOT analysis, what is happening outside of the company or outside of the organization, equally as important as to the success of as important as to the internal SWOT analysis. The success of the company as internal factors. External influences such as monetary policies, market change, and access to the suppliers are the categories to pull from the potential question, pull from to create a list opportunities and weaknesses. So both external and internal SWOT analysis are important in a SWOT analysis. So this is what the strategic management is. This is what the how a SWOT analysis and how they are performing a main vital roles in any vital roles towards vital roles in the path of a goal or a objective of any organizations. So this is what the SWOT analysis the SWOT analysis is. Thanks for today. Thank you.